are you today? So, I wanted to redo my intro and my outro and all of the things before I went live again this month. But you know what? I was just like, kind of like wanted to. I didn't get that done yet before I wanted to do this live today. So fuck it, we're here now. Um, I don't know when I'm gonna get that done. I might not even get it done this month because this week I spent way too much time making this other video. So something had happened that in June that I've been kind of alluding to but haven't really discussed because of reasons. And um so what I'm gonna do though is I made a video about it though. I went ahead and made a video. It's ready. I want to make another video, or I might add to this, or I might do a part two. I can't decide. I'm either gonna make one really big long one, or I'm gonna split it depending on how much more of an update I get for you. Um, but what I'm gonna do is, there is I think it's something I think I'll be able to release this information um in about 6 to 8 months. So in about 6 to 8 months, I have a video for you. I have no idea how I kept a straight face while I did parts of this video. I mean, most of it was my genuine, like, I was, like, just upset, so it was very easy for me to be serious about it because I'm very upset about it. But there's a few things where I'm kind of petty, and so I did decide to have some fun with the video. And so there are just these key moments for the video where I'm like, I had to retake it because I couldn't stop fucking laughing. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk about this. So I'm gonna release the video in 6 to 8 months, and then I'm gonna do a reaction to that video like a year later. So I can tell you about this. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. But today what we're gonna do is fucking it's the weirdest intro ever. It's not on topic. It's been like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm sorry. Um, fucking we're gonna be talking about Casze and Raylee today. That's the only thing I really plan to talk about, even though I haven't talked about it. Um, fucking so, and that would be Casze. So like, one person was saying Kazaze, like Kasaze, and then another was saying it like I had been saying it like Case Z because I didn't know how to say it to begin with. So that's how I first started saying it. Then I saw someone saying it like Kazaze. So then I was saying it that way for a second. And then the employee video came out and I saw them say it like Kaze. And so I've been saying it like Kaze ever since, kind of. But if you see me, if I switch, it's because I don't really, like, I never knew how to fucking say it and I just been saying it like however the fuck, I don't know, came out of me. So, but we're going to check out the new material that Caze has posted, as well as check out Raylee has posted a lot as well. So we're going to look at both of their material. And then I want to look at what's happening with Google Trend reports on this, as well as just compare that to a little bit of information about general knowledge that's been in the industry at this time regarding trends in social media, particularly on the TikTok platform, where these videos are getting posted and the most traction. So we're going to check out Caze first. Then we're going to check out Raylee Rukavina. She's got a lot of videos we're going to look at. Then Alexandra Bueno made a post. We're going to check out, I said Alexandra Bueno. Bueno. Close enough. Fuck it. So we're gonna look at her recap of the whole situation. It's linked in the description of this video. I said linked. Anyway, fucking, and I will just check out the real Jinsu and Diana. I hate this captioner. The real Jinsu and Diana. I fingerspelled it. Alright, it's linked in the description of the video. We'll see, they did not post anything new about this, so I'll just show you their pages just to prove that as well. But yeah, we're gonna check for updates, look at what's been posted. I'm gonna roll my fucking intro and let's just do this, bitch. My bad. Hi, my name is Lexi, aka Deaf Child. I'm born deaf, hard of hearing. My team was one of the top teams between 2020 and 2024 in New Orleans and Louisiana. I began doing business as Deaf Child in 2013, marketing 2011, and sales 2009. I've earned 50 plus certifications in marketing and sales, and I have my Bachelor of Science from Loyola University, New Orleans, with a music industry studies major and a business administration minor. Visit my site at noladeafchild.com. Okay, so fucking, yeah, as y'all know, or may or may not know, I've been using OBS to stream at this point. And on the scene list, if you've ever used OBS before, I've been using it like a list. And then I recently, like today, I decided to switch it to a grid. So if my transitions are worse than usual, they're already usually pretty bad because if my button doesn't fucking work, I'll just be clicking to somewhere else. And I'll be like, fuck it, go somewhere, god damn it, and then I'll go back to where I want to go. But then sometimes I'll just be hitting shit without meaning to, and I'll be like, oops, my bad. So it's already typically pretty off. But if it's even worse than usual, that's because I changed it from a list to a grid, and it's all in new places. So I might actually click the wrong thing. And yeah, I don't know. But again, so first of all, I wanted to check out, we've got the Casze, she made a post, and this was posted yesterday, and it's the only new thing that I saw. I couldn't remember, there was just one video, like, so on the Casze TikTok, this is the only new post right here about the dress that I've seen. I feel like the last posts were made a bit ago. So I'm pretty confident that, if I remember correctly, I believe we watched these two. I'm pretty sure that we watched this one on September 3rd. If I remember correctly. I'm very positive we watched this one. I don't remember. I think we watched this one as well on September 3rd. This one has these text messages. But I'm pretty sure we saw these before, if I'm not mistaken. I think we saw all of this already. Because of the belt. Someone right here, though, they asked, can you post the amended contract? So I wish they would post the amended contract too, because I think it would answer a lot of questions for me. So basically, let's just find out if I need to update my spreadsheet or not. So, I mean, not my spreadsheet. I usually have spreadsheet for shit. I got a spreadsheet for my hair. My presentation. I'm gonna need a presentation for this. And I posted the video on my YouTube channel. So we're gonna exit out of here now. We've done the update on, you know what? Maybe I'll save this. We'll check it one more time at the end. Yeah, fucking, okay, but let's just watch this new video.
Camera ready.
So it's just got this.
It's so heavy. So Johnny, you really think it's
over 20 pounds.
This song, I feel like, is a trend that you use whenever something that's gonna fuck with your mind happens, usually. In my opinion, that's kind of like what people typically use this song for, or when it's like a disaster, usually. Like, this song has been a trend for a lot of the hurricane, um, you know, content. For example, it's the "I Was Only Temporary, My Head Is Empty" song. If you look up that on TikTok, but um, yeah. And in the video, she's talking about making sure the skirt is put on her hips at the right angle and shit like that. But what I'm still not over though is the fact that this, like, if I pay thousands and thousands of dollars for a custom wedding dress and you're doing a photography photo shoot with somebody else in that wedding dress, I would be pissed because what's the fucking point in getting a goddamn custom dress then? I could have just gone and got one off the fucking rack if I wanted to be like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point, is to have, my opinion, is like, that's why you invest in it. Is so it's part of it anyway. And then usually it's like you want to have a connection to it. If that dress is associated with somebody else and it's for your wedding day, you would want to have a connection to it. You know what I mean? So I'm still not over that. I still think that, so you know how initially everybody was on Cinderella's side, and it wasn't until Raylee showed that she didn't like the dress that everybody was like, you know what, we're for you. And that this blew up where other people were coming out about how they had gotten scammed by Casze, right? Now, um, I've already done that video where I showed the differences in those cases. You know what I'm saying? The biggest one being the paid in full, and the biggest one also being those other two never gave any form of written confirmation, or if they did, they didn't show it, um, to show that they ever approved the dresses that they got any part of it. Whereas Raylee didn't fully pay for it, and in my opinion, there are specific moments where I believe Case's team is going to legally be able to say she gave us approval. And you can check my presentation for my reasoning, and you'd have to watch my videos to see the evidence, but the presentation shows you where the evidence is for each statement. Um, but yeah, fucking, that's my thing. All right, hold on, let's keep watching.
Yes. Well, they gonna have to charge me more to follow me. Sorry. Can we bring it down off her hip some? Because she's tall. She's tall. John, can we bring
Wait, then I just did China.
But yeah, you know what though? I still feel that, like, okay, so if she didn't scam those other two people, and um, if she didn't scam those other two people, that's where public opinion swayed, in my opinion. Um, it would still be perceived as stolen. People just don't like her because she fucked over people. You know what I mean? In my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm making sense, right? Like, I need to drink more coffee to better articulate.
I just flew somebody to China. They have to buy some products again. But
the bodice shorter, so it's gonna hit.
And it's like, yeah, you got a whole time to do a photo shoot with the dress, but can't get it on time. And again, let's be clear here. I don't like either. I originally did go into this believing Case's story, but I really don't like Case's business ethics. I don't like how Caze treats workers. I don't like how Caze treats customers. And I don't like Raylee Rukavina. I don't like Raylee Ricobena's politics. And yeah, I really just don't like her politically, to be honest. Um, and my previous videos show the evidence on all of that, where I get that information from, like from seeing certain posts where I feel could be perceived as, like one where she posts Republican girls are the prettiest or something like that. That is extremely colonizer-y. It very much upholds colonialism and oppression against Native people, in my opinion. It's something that really rubs me the wrong way. I also find it something to be very misogynistic. I find it has a lot of issues there. Like, there's a lot there to reflect on. Um, you know what I mean? As if how you feel, I just, yeah. Um, and she's posted, like, in my opinion, some pro-Trump stuff, and I just don't like that either. So I don't like either of them. And then she also threatened the police on Sandera over this dress, and I went real hard over that because of police brutality and mass incarceration. That really rubbed me the wrong way. Like, you're basically threatening someone's life over a fucking dress, and you'll never be able to convince me that's not fucked up. So those are reasons I don't like Rayleigh. So I don't like either of them. By the way, just putting that out there. I dislike them both. And like also, then I find out later that Sandera was threatening the police. I can't remember if she threatened the police on Diana or the real Jinsu, because to be honest, they're kind of like intermingled for me with their stories right now. I remember who got which dress, I think, but I don't remember the details behind their stories. Now that it's been a month later, that I'd have to go rewatch, to get that correct. But um, fucking, she threatened the police on one of them. Um, so yeah, I think. Why do I think that was Diana? Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Let's not go there. But anyway, so people are like, babe, I can't do this again. Someone's saying, is it possible she put the skirt on wrong? Um, so she had posted comments to that, and they're gone now. I wonder if people hated on that, but you know what? I'm very positive I screenshot those comments. Hold on. Because I saw this video and then I didn't have time to come back to it. Let me pull up these comments real quick because I know I screenshot them because I was just like, I had a feeling these were going to get deleted, and I was like, I'm just going to save these for later. We're just going to save these. All right, hold up. And okay, now if I remember correctly, I feel like this was a response to the comment, is it possible that she put the skirt on wrong? I think that's where these were, but it's not showing up. But for some reason, maybe I'm wrong because that's a different. But I did not get the original comment. For some reason, I didn't screenshot that one. I just screenshot from the rest. So Caze had said it will not look the same. If the skirt that was compressed in a shipping box isn't fluffed, sew it even. The train is not put on adjusted properly, and you throw it on and take a sad picture. She received this same dress. This is her dress, hence the same crystal pattern, same short dress, same skirt, and short length on taller fit model. The garment is not put on properly. Oh, okay, so this should have gone. If the garment is not put on properly, it will not look the same. That. See this? And then it says and then it says Well, it looks gorgeous on this model. I guess it fit right here, but it doesn't fit right on the bride. It's a gorgeous dress nonetheless. It unfortunately look the same. But if it's a custom dress for the bride, it shouldn't have, fit the bride. But like, I feel like whether, you can have, I've already shown I forgot which video I did this in, but in one of my videos, I already showed with examples and real life proof how you can have the exact same clothes, exact same fit, two different body types, and it works. That is possible. However, the dress, if the dress, so I don't think that the fact that the model wore it alone is a reason as to why the dress didn't fit. Okay? But I still think it's wrong to let another model wear the fucking dress. But um, the fact that it didn't fit according to what the bride is posting. However, I don't understand how in the time frame how the dress could have fit 1 minute and then not the next. That part, maybe I don't know enough about the dressmaking process to understand where in alterations something actually could have happened to where the dress all of a sudden would no longer fit properly once Raylee got it. But what I don't understand is how the dress size changed between the time that Raylee Rickovina or Rayleigh Wells approved the dress and received the dress. Was there anything done to the dress in between then? You know what I mean? Or did Rayleigh change her mind about not liking how the dress fit? You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't get, right? But I do think on premise, theoretically, absolutely, if it's a custom dress, it should be fucking fitting, right? Nothing new. I just checked to make sure nothing new was posted on the personal Sendera page either, and there's nothing new been posted. Rayleigh's been posting a good bit. Um, so I went through Rayleigh's page and I just clicked the ones that I felt like were more about the wedding or the wedding dress situation. And so I figured we could just watch those real quick. There are a good bit more videos on her page, but I'm not gonna watch all those. But let's just see what else she has to say.
On to find my wedding dress, or how many places I went to find my wedding dress. I started wedding dress hunting in person at the end of January, and this was the first place I went.
Okay, she's just showing the wedding dress. I don't think this is just a wedding dress hunting, and it's just showing her trying on dresses. So this one isn't actually about the actual drama, so we're just gonna move on. I think this one's gonna be the same, but let's just double check.
Till my lungs give out. I lying.
Okay, that's the same with this one, just trying on different dresses. All right. And we'll come back to why even the whole premise of her showing all, like, I'll show you why I think she's posting this in a minute too. So now she posts 3 pieces of wedding advice since the wedding has been 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks for my wedding, so let me give you 3 pieces of advice. Do not buy your dress out of town.
You know, I think it's funny because a lot of people fucking told her that. Don't buy it out of town. Now she's making a video. Don't buy it out of town. It's like, okay, class, what did we learn?
Buy it local. That's the first one. Buy it local. Number 2, don't have an unplugged ceremony. And if you do, because I did, at least give the guests a moment to take a picture once you're up there.
I do think that is a good advice though, because like a lot of people want unplugged ceremonies, but they wouldn't think to just give one moment for pictures. Because she was saying she basically, because she had an unplugged ceremony, she doesn't have pictures of shit, and now she has to wait for a photographer to.
So then they can put their phone away. This is the only photo that I got from my ceremony. It is beautiful, but it was from my day of coordinator. And again, the only photo from the ceremony before my photographer and videographer get back to me. And number 3, a lot of people will not show up. So while you're planning your guest list, remember that a lot of people will even RSVP and not show up.
I think that revolves around community. I think that could be twofold. So perhaps I do wonder if the allegations of the stolen dress would have impacted some people's decision not to show up, because why would you go to a wedding where it's everybody believes that the bride is a thief, and um, everybody's talking shit on her and everybody associated with it, right? So that could have been part of it. And then another part though, if but that depends on when, like, if she, also it could be community wise, right? Like it could be like if because for me, I have planned a lot of events, and even though a wedding is this particular special ceremony, it is an event. And I'm known for being an event planner. I've done a shit ton. Um, fucking in this scenario, I don't know. I feel like it comes down to community. When I have had a better sense of community, and more people show up for me, then you know, um, when I've been in situations in which I wasn't actually valued, then I'm expected to show up, but they don't show up for me, is how I feel. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, if I don't show up, they act like I'm the most horrible person ever. But if I ask them to show up, they never do. With certain types of people, right? And I think that's community wise. And I feel, based on her political beliefs, I feel she's involved, potentially surrounding herself with people who don't understand community, in my opinion. So I also think her politics has to do with why she doesn't have that sense of community if she's like got that many people no showing to her fucking wedding. Because why would you be inviting random people to your fucking wedding? Only a random person, not your closest friends. Aren't weddings supposed to be for closest friends and family? So if you have a bunch of people no showing on your wedding, closest friends and family, are they really your closest friends and family if they're not gonna be there your most important fucking day without a damn good reason? You know what I mean? Um, or was this something where you were just trying to treat it more like a popularity contest, and then you weren't as popular as you thought you were? You know what I mean? That's my thought on number three. Like, cause even if you're accused of stealing the dress, the wedding is your closest friends and family. Wouldn't they be there for you if you didn't steal it? I'm just curious. Or I don't know.
And not tell you, which is okay. It's okay. But
It was not okay.
just keep that in mind.
She's like, so there's this other wedding drama. Oh my god, I didn't cover this at all, but oh my god, there's this other wedding drama. Um, I need to find a clip from this. I think Do You Know Them may have covered this, the Do You Know Them podcast. I'll insert a link to a video in the description of this after this live stream. But there's this other makeup artist drama, and I'm not talking about the key look. I'm talking about the bitch that canceled the night before somebody's wedding. So it was somebody's wedding. She canceled 9 p.m. the night before to go do a celebrity's makeup. And when she got caught out for it, she said, I walk with Christ. And when you walk with Christ, you don't need the likes of people on social media. I mean, something like that. It wasn't that word for word, but basically. And fucking, and then, after that, so she gets like canceled everywhere, hate everywhere. And so then after that, she posts on Instagram and she's just like, yeah, I had to deactivate my Facebook and my TikTok and everything, but I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine. I'm very fine right now. I am so fine. I'm totally fine. No, I know everybody's worried about me, but I'm fine. I am not bothered at all. I'm so fine. I'm fine right now. I am not bothered. I'm so fine. That's what this reminded me of. Like, it's okay. It was not okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, fucking And so then she goes to part 3, the wedding dress. I'm assuming this one isn't talking about the drama either. It's just showing the dress. I like this dress. Shit, I thought that one looked good. Um, this one is also a vibe, but this one's like magical. Anyway, and then this one is kind of funny. So I don't even know this song, to be honest, but it's just got like a little song in the background and like a meme cut out over her wedding dress, her in her wedding dress with like the dude taking off his sunglasses. I don't know. And walking, but yeah. And it's like me on my way to get married when the dress saga hits the internet. People are like, he handled it amazingly, handled it with grace, all that good shit. Someone's saying sue her for defamation. I don't think she has a defamation suit, though, to be honest. Well, maybe she does based on other things that came out, because, oh, okay, I don't think that there's an actual defamation suit on the original theft allegation case, but then Sandera kept saying so much other shit that I feel like you can get defamation out of that. But honestly, I do still think that it might technically be stealing if you take something without paying for it, even if you don't like what you took. I think that might qualify as stealing, you know? So that's still where I stand on that. All right. And then so this one, it's mostly like super religious, but there was just one comment where I was just like, "Ooh, I feel like this is directed." So let's just watch. Hold up.
To tell you is that you're not going through this alone. He has your back, and he has already handled whatever you're dealing with. I understand that it might be hard right now, and it may feel like your entire world is crashing down, or you
know what song is in my head right now? The song from Holes. Have you seen Holes? Fucking, I want to rewatch that movie. I want to know if it's like as good as I remember it. But the soundtrack, right? But you know that song where it's just like, um, I forget how the beginning of this part goes, but it's just like, it's gonna get better. Don't give up, never give up. We won't stop, give it all we got. Don't give up, never give up. That's right. Okay,
you just have anxiety or depression through the roof. But God is with you, and he will walk right next to you or carry you through this season as long as you lean into him. Whatever you're dealing with, he has already handled it. I feel like I haven't been giving him all.
Now I'm laughing because okay, no, you know what? Never mind. I don't mean to be disrespectful. Okay, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you know what? Never mind.
The glory, and that's why I'm coming on here to tell you guys that he is the only reason I was able to stay so calm through my wedding and actually to enjoy the day, and then through everything else afterwards, because he was my rock.
I just think organized religion is a fucking joke. And yeah, I love how she goes from like, I just compartmentalized to, I had Jesus.
He is my rock. He gives me peace in times of struggle. He gives me hope when it feels like the whole world hates me. And I just stood strong in him, and that's...
This reminds me of chorus in Mississippi. We had to sing this song, and it was just like, the Lord is my shelter, never shall I want. That's what this reminds me of.
It's the only reason I was able to make it through that time standing. So I tell you that if you are going through something tough, he is the way out. I promise. He will hold you. He will carry you through your hard times, whether it's anxiety, depression, getting blasted on social media, whatever it is. He will carry you through it as long as you stay with him.
getting blasted on social media. It's and that takes me back to the makeup bitch. She was just like, I got Jesus. This also reminds me though, y'all ever think about the concept of the lyrics to Jesus Take the Wheel by Carrie Underwood though? Because she's talking about how in the song she's like, I got my kid in the back seat. I'm losing control of my car. And so she's just like, let me just let go of the steering wheel now. She's like, Jesus, take the wheel. I'm like, bitch, you should maybe hold on to the fucking wheel while you're driving. Maybe that's why you lost control of the goddamn car. But that's just me. Like, what? Anyway, fucking, um, so now we got this shit here. She's posted Robin from How I Met Your Mother laughing um over the dress. So let's see this.
No, 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 no.
Okay, it's Robin going no, like over and over, and like just saying no. Um, and so people are saying that the one she got is way better. The center is off, and all of this stuff. Um, and so yeah. And then people are calling that dress trashy. But I think it's funny how they're calling that dress trashy when she's the one who designed it. Oh man. So yeah. And so then now she's replying to a comment where it says, you looked so beautiful in all of them. I'm curious how you decided to try to go with the other dress since it seemed like it would have been a lot more elaborate than these. Um, so yeah, let's see. Hold up.
See something that you just love and you cannot live without? Well, that was me when I saw Albina Dila's 2022 collection for bridal wear. But I had never heard of Albina Dila before, and so I was nervous to order from them, so I wanted somebody more local. Their gowns are absolutely
The fuck you mean you wanted someone more local and then you order from several states away though? Okay.
gorgeous. You can see in this picture how it's like lighter at the bottom. I did want a leg slit though, so this is also why I didn't order. This one is gorgeous. All the beadwork, it was a little more than what I wanted though. This mini dress was the original inspo. Beautiful. I wanted some danglies. Here are some of those tassels that I wanted. There just wasn't a dress that like had them all together in it, between the leg slit, the mini dress, the tassels, the type of beading that I wanted, and so I thought, oh, let's get it custom made. And that's why all of the dresses that I had tried on were so simple, because there was nothing around here that even gave any look of those other dresses that
I do feel like there are, in my opinion, more local custom dresses that she could have gotten, and she could have possibly gotten that customized. You know what I mean? Because there's a big difference between people already having pre-produced what is gonna make them the most money, what most people want, versus that doesn't mean you can't go get something custom made. I don't know. I just feel like to act like there was nowhere in Colorado that she could have gone and gotten a dress like that. I'm like, did you even try? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know Colorado that well, but I just know that in Louisiana and in Mississippi, both the places where I've lived, there are plenty of places you could go and get your dress customized, and you wouldn't have to go several states away unless you wanted to go to support that one business.
that I just showed you. All of the gowns that I tried on were gorgeous. It was just, I was so stuck on those other ones.
For me, it's like, I get that where if she meant she couldn't find one last minute, that makes fucking sense. But if you take it back to 6 to 8 months prior, then I absolutely believe she could have found someone in Colorado to do her dress, in my opinion.
Pictures that I just showed you, that I couldn't get it out of my head, and I just like wasn't finding the dress. Now, obviously, I didn't even get to wear the one that I was hoping to, but
I still don't understand why you would expect a refund for something that you still have, though. Like, if you don't return it, um, and you don't pay the rest, then whether or not she takes you to small claims court would be iffy because the attorney fee, she wouldn't recover the full amount anyway. But you know what I mean? I just feel like at this point, doesn't fucking matter. Like, not much might come out of this legally, to be honest, because even if she had a defamation case, at this point, part of defamation is being able to prove that you were harmed financially by something and that something has impacted your ability to make money. But I've already shown how Rayleigh's account has only grown from this. She's only profiting from this. You know what I'm saying? So she's not going to have a defamation case because part of defamation case is you have to prove harm. And even if she got the bad reviews or whatever and all of that shit, um, the amount of support she's gotten has far outweighed that. And the team's going to be able to argue, like, because she's still using this situation for views, and this situation is what has gotten her views. So it didn't harm her, it helped her, to be honest. In my opinion, this is only going to help her business do better, and it wouldn't have done as well without Cinder Caze like making her go viral, whether or not you agree with the situation. And I don't like either of them, but that's just my opinion. And my opinion from that comes from analyzing their following accounts, their followings, and their engagement before and after the situation, as well as understanding what's been happening in the trend reports with them.
I guess.
Okay, so now she's posted my wedding dress update part 1. So, yeah, the main question is, are you taking her to court? Someone says she was seeking legal advice doesn't necessarily mean she has a lawyer. Yeah, if she's still seeking legal advice, then that probably means that she doesn't have a lawyer on contract yet, or if she does, then they've advised her not to discuss it further, probably. Because if you have an ongoing court case, some people will, because fuck it. Like, so much of it is already public record, you can't really hurt it or harm it unless you say something real fucked up, But overall, typically the best course of action is if you got legal action happening, keep your damn mouth shut. Like, because you don't let anybody know your next move. You know what I mean? Just don't let them know. They don't need to know. They don't need to know what you're about to do. Anyway. Let's watch.
Awaited dress update. I'm gonna go over what has happened since I put my video on social media and the facts, and I'm also gonna go over a little bit about the dress more in detail. The biggest question I've been asked is, has there been any refunds from the dress? And the answer is no, there has not been anything refunded. And
my opinion is still, you can't, even if you don't like the product, you can't expect a refund on a dress you haven't returned, in my opinion.
There actually has been no communication since all of this went down. So another thing that's been happening since I put my videos up is I've had so many women reach out to me telling me that they've had such similar stories, and it seriously breaks my heart to hear that their special events, whether it was,
Now, I absolutely do think that Caze has scammed a lot of people, and has fucked over a lot of people. What I will say, though, is not every single one of her transactions has gone back, and some transactions she does deliver. And so, fucking, but here's the thing, in my opinion, just because, somebody has fucked over other people in the past, and just because you're not happy with the dress you got, it doesn't really justify, like, if you take the dress, you know what I mean, without paying for it. That's why, like, that original, where it's like, I think the real Jinsu originally called their video on this, the scammer got scammed. And I don't know how they feel about this situation, so I'm not trying to project their feelings. I'm trying to say my interpretation of that wording is, applying it to this, is I feel like she just scammed the scammer. You know what I mean? Like, they both, in my opinion, I don't feel like either of them have acted in good faith in this transaction, because Raylee was giving approval on a lot of the things that now she's saying she didn't ever like or whatever. And it's like, that's fine if you don't like it. I'm not trying to tell you how to feel, but I'm just saying you put it in writing that you did. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's gonna be, like, the legal argument. The public opinion is totally valid. However you feel is valid. But when it goes to court, the legal argument, they're not going to care about, like, like, unless there's, like, public opinion only matters to the extent that a jury may or may not be involved. If a jury would be involved on this, and I don't know. I don't know if it's just going to be like, I don't know how that works. The jury would see that, or if it would just be on a judge thing. Or if it would most likely get settled outside of court. A lot of people try to settle outside of court because court is extremely expensive. So the sooner you settle, the cheaper to litigate. I don't know. Or is that even litigation if you don't go to court? I don't fucking know. Look, I'm not a lawyer. I just work at some law offices, okay? Fucking. But yeah. And another thing, it's really good not to say too much when you're going to court, because people will use every single thing you've ever published against you. So, yeah.
Initially, I was trying to.
This is the law of other women, that their special events, whether it was, a birthday or a dance, like, have just been ruined as well. I feel for them, and I can't believe that I'm not the only one that this has happened to. Like, it's happened.
I do feel, though, that she's not the same as them. I don't, you know what I'm saying? There's, like, she's trying to lump herself in with the other Casze victims. I don't perceive her as a victim of Casze. And the reason being is she gave approval and she never paid in full. Everybody else with Casze, they did not give approval and they did pay in full. So I perceive them as have gotten scammed and as, victims of the situation, in my opinion. And the employees, obviously, they didn't get fucking paid for their work, right? I don't see Raylee as that because she didn't pay for it and she gave approval. So in my opinion, it just kind of looks like Raylee changed her mind and didn't want to give the dress back, but expects a full refund for it anyway, just because she doesn't like it anymore. That's how it comes out for me, personally. And again, I don't like either Casze or Raylee. The only side I'm on is the employee side in this situation.
Happened so many other times. I've had a lot of other women who have been on the other side of it with actually making the dresses reach out to me from before any of my stuff and have told me their stories that have been also horrific. I will tag the account that they are using to tell their stories on so that you guys can go watch that, because it is horrible what's going on. I honestly don't even know what to say. Like, this has just seriously unraveled so many bad aspects of this business that I can't even fathom being that kind of.
I absolutely agree that it's, does highlight the bad aspects of the Caze business practices. I just wish she had more self-reflection to understand where she needs to take accountability for her own actions. She's not acknowledging how she confirmed the dress. She's not acknowledging how she's not paying in full. You know what I mean? I feel like she's trying to act. I feel like that's what she's doing. Like, I don't know if it's to make herself feel better. I don't know. Um, I also wonder if this is going to be another situation how, like, so with the sepia wedding photography situation, the sepia bride got, like, just decided she didn't like the pictures anymore and tried to ruin this photographer's business or whatever. Now, the biggest difference in this comparison is in that comparison, the bride called out the photographer. In this comparison, the dress designer called out the bride, right? So that's obviously not the same. But what feels the same for me is the way she's so fixated on the dress and the way she's so fixated on, like, lumping herself in with the other victims even though she fucking paid in, even though she doesn't have those same situations as them because she had given approval and she didn't pay for it in full. I don't know, and she threatened the police on her too after inviting her. That's what I don't under. That's where I want to know. Like, did she get blocked? Like, did she already know that the ticket to come was booked before or after blocking? Because she had told her to come, right? So if she had told her to come, then she paid for a ticket. If that happened, and you know what I mean? Like, that's where I would be like, ugh. I don't know. I don't know. So that's where I have questions that would make me. So, like, there are certain things of this case where I'm like, I would have to see those evidence to have a full decision or, like, thought either way. Like, I'm still like, I don't know what happened, is what I'm saying. And this is what I'm questioning. I'm not saying anything is what happened. I don't know what happened, right? Um, but yeah, I'm sorry for this ramble. Let's
Business person. Like, if you're not standing behind your product,
Oh yeah, back to it. So everything that she got though, like, it's it does look just like what you would expect from Kaze's social media profile, right? The dress does fit to what you would expect to be received from what is presented, in my opinion. And so that's where I feel like it's the same, where it's just like you really decided last minute to stress out over this dress that you approved and you didn't pay for in full, and you even approved the late, it would be one thing, like, she did approve, she did say if you have to send this late, that is fine. Now, on premise, I absolutely agree, it's fucking horrible to send a fucking dress late, especially a wedding dress. Hell no, I absolutely agree, on premise that's a horrible thing to do, right? But she did approve it, is what I'm saying. Whether or not I would agree with it on premise, I wouldn't approve that shit personally. Um, but she did approve it. And then she's deciding after she didn't like what she approved. And it's one thing to change your mind, but it's like the way she just last minute decided she now hates everything that she approved for the wedding dress for the wedding. That's where it reminded me of the wedding photography situation where I'm like, did you really not like the dress? Did you really have to stress the last few days on your wedding that much instead of, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it just feels something is there for me where I'm just like, The sepia bride got divorced about a year later, so we'll see. We'll see how long this takes.
why are you even doing it? Why are you making these things, or why are you doing that craft? Like, if you're
Now, I do absolutely agree that, like, um, there are issues with the business flow and the business practices there. I think that if Sandera would be upfront with how the dresses are made, there wouldn't be anything wrong with that, because there will be people who still want that damn thing as long as they know what the fuck they're getting. You know what the fuck I mean? Like, for example, for me, for my merch, I tell people this is made by Printful. It is drop shipping. It is print on demand. You know, I'm very like, I try to be as clear up front as possible what the fuck you're getting. Like, I'm not sitting here like, hey guys, I'm printing this all myself. No, I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I don't print this shit. Somebody else is. That's what the fuck I'm telling you. You know what I mean? So, um, I do absolutely get like, you know, like, if, like, just because she's producing it this way doesn't itself necessarily have to mean, you know, like, that it's bad, but it's the way she isn't transparent about the production process that is problematic, in my opinion. I do agree with that. um and I do agree, you know, like, if you care about your craft, you really should try and give a fuck about your business flow, the end offer, and managing expectations and shit like that. I do think those are all good things. I will also say though, you can't approve what somebody's doing and tell them, yeah, this is what I want, you're doing good, I'm good with this, I'm okay with this, and then decide after you're not going to pay in full, and then say it's because they didn't care enough about their job, whenever you were telling them all along, yeah, I'm good with this. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm like, okay, you should have been more upfront in your communication. And I feel like she's not taking accountability for where she communicated certain things that, you know what I mean? Like, how is Caze, or you can't hold a company responsible for giving you a product you want if you're not telling them what you want. You know what I mean? Like, if you tell them you want this and they give you that because you said you wanted it, and then after you get it, you're like, I don't want this now. And it's just like, well, you proved it before we gave it to you, so what changed? Right? That's where I'm at. So,
You're not standing behind it and making sure it's perfect work, or at least that your client is happy.
and what I just said is stands with that.
Another question I was asked was, is this person still in business? And I would assume yes. Again, I haven't had any contact, so I don't know.
One transaction isn't going to make or break any business unless that business has so many other fucking problems that they needed that one transaction to continue going. You know what I'm saying?
One of the funnier questions I was asked was, did your husband know that all this dress drama was going on, like, while it was happening? And the answer is yes. He knew I was getting a custom dress made down there, and he kind of was like, do we really need to do that? Like, is that really what you want? And I was like, yes, that's really what I want. And he was like, okay, honey. And then he came with me to my last fitting, which was the 9th through the 11th. And we thought we were taking the dress home, so I figured I would have it either in like a box or like a dust bag, you know, that wasn't like see-through, because we flew down there, and we obviously ended up not taking it home. But, you know, I thought it was going to be shipped out on like the 15th. It never did. And then,
And I'm still coming back to it. She gave written approval that it could be sent late. See, look, I'm just saying, I understand bitching about this shit, complaining about this shit, not wanting that shit. Totally get that. That's valid, right? However, I don't get approving it when you're not happy with it. Don't approve something that you're not actually okay with. You know what the fuck I mean? That's what I'm saying.
another week goes by, and he wasn't really stressed about it at all, because I don't think he realized I didn't have a backup. I didn't think I needed one. It was a custom dress. So I don't think he was stressed or worried at all about it. It was more just him being like, I can't believe that we paid this much and spent this much money to go there, and then you not even get to wear it or anything. And when
in my opinion, though, she could have worn the dress. She just decided not to. I don't feel like the dress was like that bad. I feel like she's just over exaggerating to nitpick. You know what I mean? Um, in my opinion, but that's just me. I feel like you could have definitely like they're trying to claim that they couldn't have they put the skirt on to where it's off center because it will show her crotch if not. But then when they put the full dress on, the mini dress under, in my opinion, that didn't seem to be that it seemed to go low enough to where that wouldn't happen. So in my opinion, if you straighten the skirt, why would it matter if you can see the mini dress underneath? That's still cute, in my opinion. So that was like, in my opinion, the biggest thing wrong would be to have the train center. But in my opinion, like, and they were saying they didn't want to do that because the slit wasn't exactly where they wanted it if they did that or something. But in my opinion, if the mini dress, from what I saw on the photos of her wearing it, it fit well. So I don't understand. That's just me though. Like I feel like she just like didn't wasn't feeling confident in herself, and I feel like she's probably not confident in the marriage, so she like took it out on the wedding dress, in my opinion, potentially. Like, cause like literally, in my opinion, I absolutely agree that Caze sucks as a business owner. That Caze's fucked over a lot of people, right? But that's irrelevant as to this case because Caze hasn't fucked over every single transaction, right? In certain transactions, he does a good job. In this transaction, in my opinion, from the receipts that I have seen, because of places where Raylee gave approval, in my opinion, I feel like, I don't know, I don't like either of them, but I really feel like Raylee is taking something out on this dress that has to do with her own sense of self-worth, in my opinion, because there was nothing wrong with the dress. She looked fine in the dress. She just decided she didn't like the dress. Um, and I think it has to do with how she felt about herself, in my opinion.
I got it in on the Thursday before my wedding and had tried it on, and I was like, I was literally in tears. You guys saw the picture.
There's nothing wrong with the dress, though. The dress didn't look any better or worse on her than any other dress she tried on, in my opinion. But that's just me. Now, if she hadn't given approval on any of the things, right? If she had not given approval, then I would be full gung ho, like, yeah, fuck that shit. You didn't get what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that she gave approval for me that I'm really having a hard time um, giving the benefit of the doubt or giving some grace to where I'm like, yeah, man, you really didn't get what you wanted. Because she said she gave the approval. Don't approve something you don't fucking.
I didn't want to show it to him because I was like, well, I need to take it to somebody and see if it's fixable, which, like, the entire train being off the right butt cheek.
The train is on a skirt that you put on where you want the train to be. So you put it there, in my opinion. I'm just saying. We have to be real. Because if she had centered the train, in my opinion, it shouldn't fucking matter where the goddamn slit is. Like, she wanted the slit in one specific place. So what? No, in my opinion, the mini dress was long enough to have everything covered. I don't know.
It wasn't fixable, and the seamstress that I had brought it to even said, like, not in 2 days. So I didn't show him the picture of my dress until I had already gotten a new one. And
because here's why I think it's connected to the marriage. Because for me, if I'm over here like I can't get married to you in this dress because the slit needs to be 4 inches to the right, then for me, I don't feel like it's not about the dress. I just don't want to get married to you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm making sense, right? Because if I want to get married to someone, I could get married to them in, a brown paper bag and be absolutely fucking happy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just me though. That's just me. Like, yeah, you want to have a special date and all of that good shit or whatever, but and yeah, everybody deserves to have their special gown or whatever. But when you approve the dress you get, and then after you got the dress, you said you were okay with getting, um, in my opinion, and that's where I'm like, that's why I have this just like, she was over here like, no, I can't get married in this dress because the slit isn't 4 inches over or something.
And talked to the seamstress, and she was like, we can't do anything about this. So that's when I finally showed him, which it was like after the wedding, because Thursday we got the dress in. I tried it on, didn't show him a picture. Thursday I went and bought a new dress, didn't know if I was going to be able to find one, so I didn't know what was going on. And then Friday it was so hectic.
Okay, so if you subscribe to the tradition that it is bad luck to see the bride in her dress before the wedding, then I absolutely agree with her not wanting to show him. She's like, you can't see me in my dress. It's bad luck, right? I get that. You know what? But the superstitions come from reasons, and I'm okay with people who like we all have like our beliefs, right? Um, fucking, but if it's just more of like a I don't want you to see me because I don't think I look pretty thing, then there's something else wrong with that marriage, in my opinion. Because I'm over here like with my partner, I'm like, yo, take a picture of my butt cheek. I got a spider bite on it. And then I look at the picture and I'm just like, bro, is my ass really that hairy? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm like this. Holy shit. Okay.
That I didn't even have time to like sit down with him and show him any of it or talk to him about it. I literally just had to let it go until after the wedding. Go to part 2 for the details on the dress. If you have any other questions.
So yeah, I love how she's doing a part 2, even though there's room here. So yeah, it's because people are more likely to watch a shorter video than a longer one, in my opinion. So yeah. And questions are still wanting to know if they're taking her to court and all of that, and she's not answering that question. All right, and now we got part 2, and this is from last night. And in the description here, it says she's gonna do a part 3 today, with details on the mini dress that were not correct. So yeah. And then when people say it's supposed to be custom made for Raylee, not the busty model, the dress didn't seem to be custom made for the model either, because it didn't seem to like fully be custom to the model's body either, in my opinion. Um, I feel like people are really hung up on the like I just don't. I'm hung up on the fact that the model was in the dress just on the premise of you don't let someone else wear and take professional photos in another fucking person's goddamn wedding dress. That's just disrespectful. For a custom dress, fuck no. But the fact that they have two different body types and it's the same dress, that doesn't matter to me. Like you would have to have, like you can have two people with very different body types and the exact same size will fit them both. It looks different on them both, but that doesn't mean that the size alteration changed. You know what I'm saying? So that is where I'm like, y'all need to get over that shit, in my opinion. Um, but then, but hold up, let's.
Saga update. This is going to be strictly about details on the dress and just going a little more in depth about it. Let's get into it. First things first, what we've already talked about is the train is completely off to the right side.
So the train that's off to the right, it's on this dress with the belt. They could have taken the belt and moved it over so the train would be centered. The reason they didn't do that would be because they were saying they didn't want the slit this many inches over in front. In my opinion, that shouldn't fucking matter. Because in my opinion, I do believe, regardless of the problems with the mini dress, I do believe it was long enough to cover her crotch. So, you know what I mean? Like, she just didn't like the placement. So yeah.
As you can see, here is center where that first piece of yellow tape is, and then the train is over like 2 inches. And then you can also see that both hips are different widths. This one has like not enough tulle, and this one has way too much.
So part of what the original design had wanted, she had requested in the original design for the V-brit to go down, in my opinion. So if it was shifted over, the belt would have had that effect in that design. So where she's claiming it's uneven, in my opinion, I think it looks that way because she didn't shift the dress over, and because her and the designer had different interpretations of what she meant with the effect on the dress with the beading and the ombre effect, in my opinion.
They're not even at all. You can see all of this extra fabric right here. And at the bottom, it is not connected at all. And you can see, take a note how this side is laying, because the other side does not even lay like that at all. Again, this belt was never supposed to be a belt at all. It's 3.
That's where she's saying the belt was never supposed to be a belt. The belt was in the checklist, and she's talking about the belt in writing, asking for it in writing, in text messages, in my opinion, based on what we've seen with the receipts previously. So that's where I have in my presentation questions about this belt. Was it not supposed to be there to begin with, and she got talked into it to begin with, and that didn't happen in writing, and we just don't know about that conversation? Or did she just change her mind about it? Like, I don't know. I'm asking. But it looks, you know what I mean? Because of what we have in writing, when she says there was never supposed to be a belt, that's where I go, well, why is it in writing then? And why is it coming from you? You know what I'm saying? And then where you look at right here where she's talking about the way this lays, you see how this is off though. If she shifted this over, in my opinion, then this would come around, and it would have provided where this would have been where her leg would be, and this would have been, it would have been right. I think that has to be with a matter if she's just like, I am not shifting this belt so that this is even, because she wanted that slit where the slit was or something. I don't know.
Inches on this left side wide, and it's 2 inches on the other side. And then you can see how horribly that bottom piece is laying, that's right here, that's supposed to be laying completely flat. This is all extra fabric that isn't even connected. It's just hanging there, not connected at all. Before I even took this out of the package, jewels were falling off of it. They weren't even staying on. You can see here, again, that was never supposed to be that thick or that.
So here's where I'm saying, you see how the dress comes down just above her knee, I think. Maybe there's about a hand of room before where the dress comes down above the knee. So you see right here where I was saying where the belt, where she's claiming it's uneven, but where this is where I think they had different interpretations of the ombre effect. Now, I'm seeing where right here, this big bead, she has to put it here for this big bead to align. I can see that, but if she shifted it over, then that wouldn't matter, because this could be on the side and it could go to the center with this
Solid.
right here. And it would get that ombre effect, and she'd still have the skirt underneath. So theoretically, does someone have the right to, what if she had not approved the things on this dress in writing previously? If she had not given her approval on everything that she's complaining about, I would be like, yeah, bitch, complain about all that shit because fuck that, you know what I'm saying? But where I have an issue is that how the evidence shows she gave the approval. That's where, and then it's like the things she gave the approval on, now that she's mad about it, for me, it's like, this isn't worth um not wanting to get married in a dress for your wedding on. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it's just like, I don't know. Like, the her boobs look good here. Even if you want to, like, I wouldn't have noticed the differences until she pointed it out. I didn't even notice the how this one could might have been more roundy. This one might be more pointy. That's not noticeable. Um, if she put the if she adjusted the belt and the skirt, it would look fine. Like, I don't know. So theoretically, if she doesn't want this dress though, she shouldn't have to make herself want a dress she doesn't want, right? But she did approve it all as it went down. So that's where I'm like hung up at.
You can also see I'm showing you that it's lined up in the front, the hips are off, even the leg slit like curls.
I think they possibly had different interpretations because okay, so if this was shifted more over here, the slit would actually end up coming down towards this side more. That would be, honestly, I think her and the designer just had different interpretations of how this would get put on. I honestly don't. If she doesn't want it, that's fine. But I don't know.
In.
Oh, and the part where the fabric panel wasn't attached to the rest, I think, that does give credence to where the designer had been explaining how the dress is made. That kind of shows it. And I do agree, though, that part is like off. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not saying I don't disagree with any critiques that come out. What I disagree with is giving approval on something you don't like and then expecting a refund for it. That's what I'm saying.
And then as you can see right here, this pleat is supposed to match up with the other side. You're supposed to be able to see the other side of the pleat, and you can't. The bottom was supposed to be connected, but it's flipping out right here where the leg slit.
How is it bottom supposed to be connected if there is is she talking about the panel to the dress? Okay. In my head, I'm like, how is it supposed to be connected if it's a slit? But then I see right here, she's talking, like, if you look under her to the right, you can see where the mesh is, like, apart from, like, whatever that fucking material is. Let's say it's satin. I don't know what these materials are. Let's assume it's like tulle and satin. I don't know what it is. But you see where it's like that one um white fabric with this tulle on top? It's not connected. I can see that.
Should have been more open. It's not connected at the bottom. The pleats aren't matching. Check out how this is laying.
I think all of that though might have to come with how the dress got packaged and with needing to. I do think that can relate to needing to fluff it out and needing to. They had different ideas of what the dress belt thing, whatever the fuck, is gonna come out like. That is what I think happened. But either way, like, do I think a bride should have to pay for a dress they don't want? No. But at the same time, she did give approval on this shit, and my previous videos show the evidence for all that.
Here, when we get there, it is totally indented. I'm back to talking about the pleat. It is so far in. It was supposed to be further out, like I'm showing you there. It was supposed to be similar to this side, except the entire overlay was supposed to follow each pleat of the skirt, and it did not. That side of the pleat you can't even see on that hip. This one was so far forward. I kept asking them to move it back before I left. Again, that belt. And then you can see how this one is so inverted, and
I don't think that if she did ask for them to move that plate before she left, I don't think that was put in writing. And in the writing, she did approve the dress. Like it shows where she was happy with the fitting and that she was okay with the dress coming late. And there are like these things where the approval happened. I feel it's gonna get used against, like, could get used against her in court. Where if she tries to say I didn't like this, they're gonna be like, why the fuck did you say it was okay?
Right here, it's not even connected. It's not connected at all. This was all supposed to be sewn down. This is just loose fabric. Also, I found a pin in the dress. I found a safety pin. So as you can see, this is so much more inverted. The belt was supposed to ombre. It was not supposed to be a freaking belt. Look at how indented that is. It's supposed to be a ball gown. Or at least more of a ball gown. I don't know what this is. Look at all of this bunched up fabric right here. And mind you, all of these jewels up here were glued on top of the original dress that was sent to me in a picture on August 6th, I believe.
And again, if you don't want glue on your fucking wedding dress, totally valid. However, glue is in her checklist. So, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's in the belt and the glue are in the. Hi, how are you? I don't know if this is like live or recording still or not right now. My fucking OBS had fucking crashed on me again, so now I don't know what the fuck is happening. So, but I think I'm working. I think it's back up again. All right, I tried to pause where we left off. My bad. Okay, hold up. All right, so we had left off about right here. And let's just see if we can finish up. I don't remember. I had been saying right here, with the glue situation, that this was, she put the glue and the belt in her own checklist and she asked for it in writing. These are things that she approved. Now, and so I come back to like everything that she's saying, I do think are valid critiques of the dress. However, the fact that she gave approval on things is why I don't feel she has a case. You know what I'm saying?
These jewels that are here were glued on top of a previous design. Again, train off, check out the hips, how different each side of the hips are, how this side is so much more indented. Guys, I tried to fluff it. I tried to make it perfect. I tried, but there's just some things that can't be fixed. And I would say that this was one of them, especially when I was only given 2 days to figure it out. This is us showing how it wasn't even connected again. I don't know. There's just so much loose fabric right there that wasn't supposed to be there at all. Again, the belt. What is up with the belt? Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comment them. Ugh.
So yeah, and so basically you have the train not centered. Is how they not see that? That's because they wouldn't put the train on not centered on somebody. Like you can adjust it, you can turn it however you want. And she's putting it in that place on purpose for these videos, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Because why the fuck are you know that you can put the train on to where it's centered, but you intentionally don't? You're doing that on purpose. You know what I mean? It's one thing if the train gets turned around, but I don't know. That's just me. My opinion. Like if the train wasn't detachable and couldn't have been turned anywhere you want it, then I would say, yeah, how the fuck you make that train crooked? I'd be like, fuck that. But that part, that was her putting it there on purpose. The train isn't actually crooked. You know what I mean? Is the panel wrong? Yes. Can she be upset about the beads if she wants to be? Yes, but she did ask for it. She did ask for the glue. She put that in writing. So that's where I'm like, theoretically, if you don't like this shit, I don't think you should have to, right? But if you don't like it, don't tell someone you did. If you tell someone you like something you don't, you can't expect a refund on it, in my opinion, when you don't pay for it in full and you gave approval every step of the way. The fuck? You know what I mean? Don't approve something you don't like. That's where I'm at. Don't approve something you haven't seen the end result of. All right. She gave approval on the damn thing. That's what's really bothering me. Okay. So let's check out Alexandra Bueno has a pretty good summary of all of this. So if you don't know what the fuck's happening, she's about to sum it all up.
Wedding dress gate with Raylee and Casze, where the bride got a custom dress and it turned out horribly. Raylee brought us an update, though her update is two parts. The first part, she's answering some questions, and then the second part, we are going through this dress and what was wrong with it bit by bit. Now, I know one of the questions everyone wants answered is, did she get a refund? And apparently no, she has not gotten a refund. I don't think she sent the dress back either, but from what I understand, they have been in zero communication with each other. Like, neither of them have spoken since all of this happened.
If they've had zero contact, that does lead me to believe there could potentially be the possibility of outside parties getting involved. You know, it could be a matter of blocking and stuff like that. But typically, it's like if I stop communicating with you, it's because like I'm gonna take legal action. If it has something to do with like something like this, or if like you were to, you know what I mean. But so in this case, like if we had taken it all back to the very beginning, if regardless of how you feel about Casze, because I remember I don't like Casze or Raylee, regardless of how you feel about Casze or whatever, and how she treated other clients, on this case, originally I believe she would have an actual valid theft lawsuit against Raylee, and I think that could still stand. Um, Fucking Raylee, Casze has said so many other things that if any one of them comes out to not be true, that Raylee could have a defamation suit on her. However, I don't think that the theft allegation is a cause for defamation suit because I think that could legally and technically be accurate, um, based on what occurred. Because the only reason people decided it wasn't theft to take the dress without paying for it in full was only because of how Casze is known for scamming others. So let's take it out of context. Let's say this isn't about Raylee or Casze. Let's say this is about buying a wedding dress from J.C. Penney. Let's say you buy a wedding dress from J.C. Penney, but you actually can't afford it all. So do they do layaway? Do they do down payments? I don't know. Let's say they do. Let's pretend like they do layaway. Let's pretend like they do partial payments, and you can go ahead and get the dress if you put half of it down. Okay, so let's say someone paid for a dress from J.C. Penney for their wedding. They put half of it down, and then they decide they're not going to give the wedding dress back, and they want the rest of their money back, and because they don't like the dress anymore. Would you think that they stole the dress? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
The next question that everyone keeps asking in her comments is, are you guys going to court? And yeah, we absolutely want to know that. So if Raylee, you could let us know what's going on with that, that would be great. Part 2.
Yeah, Rayleigh hasn't answered that in questions at all, but I have looked online, I've searched high and low, and I cannot find any any public record of a court case between them right now. So it takes time to get there though. I imagine if this becomes a court case, we're going to find out between 6 months and a year. Some things are going to get made public record if they don't share before then. But I don't think that we're going to find out within 30 to 60 days or even 90 days what's happening with the court process. I think it's going to be 6 months to a year out before we find out, if anything, what is happening with their legal issues here.
Two, she's talking about the dress, so she's going more through all of it. You get really close-ups, you get videos. She talks about how the pleats on the sides weren't even the same. Then she shows tons of extra fabric in the bottom of it, parts of the overlay on the bottom of the dress that weren't even attached to the dress. Like, I left a comment saying I didn't even think it could get worse than we already thought it was. But it does. It absolutely gets worse than you already thought. That dress was so poorly done. It's insane. And I know we already knew that. But again, it's even worse than we thought. And then apparently she's going to do a part 3 tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for that. But I don't know if someone had tipped off Casze that Raylee was going to be talking about this. But earlier today she posted this video. So here we are again, talking about wedding dress skate. I'll let you know when there's part 3.
So yeah, so fucking basically, like, people are like, I forgot all about this, even though it's just been a month. It feels like forever ago. $10,000 isn't just gone though. She didn't pay all that. But yeah, fucking. And people are saying this case could take years though. It would take years. It would probably take up to 2 or 3 years for it to be. There's a statute of limitations on legal action on these things, right? So, we're gonna, up to 2 years, 2 or 3 years, we're gonna find out a decision on this case, if there is one, if it goes to court and becomes public record. But we're not gonna find out shit until a year or two, like that. You know what I mean? That's when. But like, I don't know if I'm using the right words. So the real Jinsu has not posted any new updates since. Oh, she's live right now. Oh my god. How meta, dude. Yo, let's watch this live on this live.
I was thinking about Sienna. Cause yeah, she is 16. She grown too. Everybody grown. But yeah.
I posted in the comments that I'm streaming on YouTube right now while I'm watching her live, so she can tell me to get the fuck out if she doesn't want me to.
You're live on live meta? What is that supposed to mean? Live on live meta. I don't know what that means because I just came here to get this out the way for TikTok. Oh, okay. I'm on YouTube right now. Oh my gosh, Millie, thank you. I did my hair the other day. I dyed it because it was black. I needed a little color. And yeah, now I'm like, let me just hop on here. I'm bored. My friend's cooking for me. I'm gonna check. I'm watching your live or I'm streaming on YouTube. Thank you, boo. Yeah, I'm gonna check about the whole cascade dress situation. Like, I've actually been blocked for like maybe a month since the situation. I appreciate you. You're talking about you've been covering for a month. I still haven't got my money back. But I've been blocked for a while where I could only like post videos and stuff. So I couldn't get DMs. I couldn't get like certain notifications and stuff. And yeah, that was that. But I did end up taking out a police report here in New York, and I filed one in Atlanta. And I'm still like kind of debating on if I should go along with taking her to court, because at this point I'm kind of just over it. Like, it's draining. It doesn't seem like it gets to any end with her, but she is doing a lot of like illegal stuff. And I seen that she been checking my page I seen that she been checking my page. Millie, you sent me a donut, my first gift there. Thank you. So, yeah, she after I posted my second video, she went crazy in my messages and in my DMs, and that's how she ended up reporting me that's how she ended up reporting me in my DMs, because I'm just like, go the fuck away. Like, I'm sorry, please go away. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for the gift. Yeah, so she reported my DMs because I did say some things in there, because she came in there like, oh, you're obsessed. She told me I was obsessed with her. Then she came commenting on the video, like underneath my video. She came commenting underneath the videos, and we was going back and forth. But then I woke up and she had deleted it and also blocked me from the actual Cascade page. So I think the only place that I'm not blocked is on her personal, and I really don't like check her personal. I don't care to check it because I just feel like, yeah. But she just made it seem like I was trying to, like, you know, use the moment. And it's just like, no, girl, you came up here saying you got stole, knowing that I'm on this internet and you stole my money. Like, yeah. She is mad she got called out for it, because it's not just us either. Like, it's a whole bunch of people. It's so much people that have like horror stories with her, and it's real sad. Like, if y'all know the tea, like if y'all know what she really do on the inside, it's crazy. Like, to figure that out as a customer and know you paid all that money is a little, yeah. But she gonna get hers, don't worry, she gonna get hers, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm like her worst enemy. She came to New York City Fashion Week, and I was kind of like going back and forth with her, asking her like, okay, so since you're in New York, why we just don't meet up so you could give me the money? And yeah, she was not trying to give me the money. So she told me she don't want to meet up with me. I'm crazy. And I mean, I kind of understood her, because I was kind of like, no, that's what I'm saying. She's saying she has no money, but she was out in New York City Fashion Week having a blast. Like, she was having a blast. And I'm not no hater. Like, have your time and stuff, but like, don't try to gaslight people. And you had a whole GoFundMe, and yeah, I just feel like if you in as much debt, and if you in as much like of a worry as you are, which I don't really think you were, I think you just needed some quick money, and you was I think you did kind of feel away about Riley, you know, but she did the right thing too. But can't go, yeah, she was outside, and I just feel like it's okay, but like, don't play in people's face like that. She was playing in people's face, like, to say you don't have money, but then you outside partying, doing extra curriculums. I shouldn't see a giggle right now from a bitch that got my money. Like, I really shouldn't see no giggle. I shouldn't even see you smirking. Like for her politics, I do think she got messed up. I don't even like really for her politics, but I do. Yeah, like the whole situation with politics and stuff, I kind of felt like I see where everybody's like, yeah, that's a fucked up view. You know, I don't support and I'm not behind that, but like, you knew that and you still took her money. So what that got to do with anything? But politics got nothing to do with it when you scamming. Like, wrong is wrong, and she trying to like gaslight. That's gaslighting. Like, you can't tell me about this wrong that got nothing to do with this. We talking about a dress right now. I don't even really want to play into that so much, because I just feel like even if she is or she isn't, she still came and supported your business, and as you being a black business owner. So for you to come pull you're a black business owner that's getting scammed and try to make it about a race thing, that was where it was an issue. And then you try to come to me trying to spin it to me, and yeah, I didn't want no parts in that, because that's not what I was talking about. I was simply just talking about my money. Once you seen that people was talking about their money, you came talking about other stuff. But yeah, it's not right, and she's not professional at all. She reached out. Oh, that's what I didn't tell y'all. She reached out to me from a fake WhatsApp profile. She reached out from a fake WhatsApp profile, right? And it's something called DMCA. She put that as the profile picture, and I think it's a rule. It's not an organization. I don't think it's something that could, like, I think it's a law. And it's basically saying, like, warning somebody about a cease and desist is a takedown copyright thing. Exactly. Okay, good. So let me see. I don't know. Like if y'all want to know, I'm gonna go and show y'all the screenshots. But basically, she started texting me through there, telling me, she started talking crazy. She called me at like 8 in the morning 20 times, and I'm sleeping. I'm like, girl, what the hell are you? What the fuck do you mean take my video down? And she said, she was saying like it isn't her, it's somebody else. She's like, I'm just telling you, it's just a warning. And then at the end I kind of call her, I'm like, Sandra, what are you telling me? And then she started speaking like, you know, from, instead of speaking from third person, she went from speaking to first person and was telling me like, oh, what problem do you have with me? Why do you want to involve yourself? I have all the messages because I'm just like, I cannot believe you called me down so many times. I don't even be on WhatsApp like that. For someone to call me down so much, she's trying to copyright you for talking about her. She cannot copyright me for talking about her. So she could try all she want, and I want her to take it there. Because like, I was thinking about going there with you, but if you dare try to like take it there with me, I'm gonna go there. Like all the way. Like I'm gonna make sure I come and find your ass in Miami, okay? In that apart, I'm gonna make sure I do it. But yeah, she basically was just harassing me. And then finally, when I told her like I'm gonna make a video about this too, because you're still contacting me and I haven't even, it was weeks, and it's just that I guess she was mad that the video was still up, because the video does have a lot of views, and I see every day that the video views and interaction goes up. So I think she just like really wants it to come down. I'm just like, I'm not taking shit down, because one, she tried to backtrack when we first started speaking, saying that she was gonna give me back the money. Like she was gonna give me back the money right then and there, because she wanted the video down with Riley. And I simply told her, like, whether you give me back this money or not, I'm not taking my videos down. Like the right thing is for you to give me back my money, because I'm owed my money. So yeah, I guess that kind of like threw her off into not giving me my promised money. But I didn't ever think that I was receiving the money, so it wasn't really a loss for me, like when it came to her and that. So yeah, still up, but I missed part 2. I think part 2 is still there. I think it's just further down, because I was still posting videos after the situation. Like I posted some baking videos and things, so I think part 2 is still there. It's just like a little further down, because I unpinned some things and pinned some things back. So yeah, I am. I'm doing really good. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm smelling good. And you know the rest. Yeah, thank you for like keeping up. Thank you for your support. Thank you. I know it's so many of y'all that like are like, I feel like it's been months now, right, since this situation happened, but it's still so many people that reach out to me on my Instagram because they see that I'm not responding on TikTok and tell me like what became of that. And it's really nothing else to like, I can't really say much of like, she just keeps harassing me, and she just kept harassing me until after that DMCA. She took it upon herself to block me after that, because I was just like, I'm gonna make a video about this too if you don't stop calling me. Like, it's no reason for us to get on the phone. So yeah. Really stressed. Oh my gosh, did you see Diana's dress, bro? And I'm not gonna lie, Diana's dress, out of all 3 of us, if we want to talk about like all 3 of our dresses, I feel like her dress had the most potential. Like, I don't know, I felt like her dress was actually the prettiest once I seen how it was supposed to look. I'm like, damn, like how did she fuck this up? I felt like it was really cute. But I loved how Diana turned it around. She did her big one. Like that dress, yeah, you could tell that she was working for that company for the right reasons. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm just trying to get paid, I'm just trying to be, you know, in something popular. She was working because that was her passion. And, you know, because she said she used to work there at a time. I do believe that she said that. Yeah, her dress was really pretty. Like, the way she was able to turn that around, shit, I wish I was blessed like that. I wish I was blessed like that. Yes, she used to work for Casze. She used to work for Casze. And I think that's why she even like went along with getting the dress done. And she even said herself, like how some of the workers say that Casze doesn't, she can't really draw to save her life. So she knew to like draw up and send how she wanted it done. So for someone to draw something up like that, so to even be able to draw what you want, like to even imagine, and then to have the ability to like write it down. But I took time to write down and like show you for real, and you couldn't get it right. Yeah, she's one of them. She bodied that dress. And they still messed with her like that. It's like, damn, yeah. Sandra don't got no remorse. She don't care who you are. She doesn't care who you are. She's in court with her family. She has her restraining orders with her. Like, listen, okay? She got a lot of stuff going on. She don't care who you are. She's gonna get you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that people would have knew for sure. Like, I definitely feel like, yeah, you know, because people, the way how she spun it, and even like said that the girl owed her more than what she even owed her. Like, people was on Case's side. Like, the same people who she's saying like support the Trump campaign, like support, yeah, Trump becoming president. Those same people that she was saying like, oh yeah, you know, they stole my money and they're this, is the same people who hopped and made videos. Like, she paid people. She paid a lot of pages, a lot of ghost pages to make videos and make that video go viral, and just for it to blow up in her face. Because when I woke up that morning, I'm scrolling through TikTok and I'm just like, Casze got scammed. Because mind you, I'm still following her, because when me and her were going through it, I was DMing her on TikTok too, like, girl, I'm about to come find you for real. Because why? Like, losing, definitely. This definitely built up, this definitely put, like, you know, it did the right thing in the end. Thank God. Yeah, Cass, she did try to take my page down a few times. She kept threatening me, and I'm just like, girl, you cannot take this page. You cannot take this page at all. Like, and that's how she worked. And she always, you know what I learned through speaking to like her old employees and stuff like that? She always speaks in third person. Like, she never wants you to know that it's her in the room, like she's the owner. She always speaks in third person. And that's just so that when things go wrong, she can like blame it on other people. And then when you reach out to those people, they're like, no, like, this is not what I said. This is not me who did that. And a lot of her employees said that. Because when I asked about my dress, when I was speaking to her employee, she said, girl, that was her texting you the whole time. It's not a customer line. It's not a phone that someone's just always next to and answering. No, it's an app, and everyone has it. And 9 out of 10 times, she's the one responding to you instead of whoever she has working for you. So yeah, it is a lack of transparency. She just doesn't want her fuck ups to be known. And she reuses dress, just to put that out there too. So all these dresses, she's not even really making. She's reusing them. She's telling them, here, promote this, and she's bringing them. She's reusing dresses. So yeah. But yeah, that was the tea about that. Want to open another design? Yeah, a lot of her stuff she reuses. I've been told some horror stories. It's just that I don't want to say too much, because I don't want, you know, the employees to catch any strays, because I feel like she will know and put 2 and 2 together. Thank you so much for talking to me. This is actually my first time going live for real. And you kept me company, you and Millie. Oh, hey, Alex. How you doing, girl? We were just talking about the peoples, you know. We were just talking about the peoples, a little follow-up. We're just giving a little rundown of what's been going on. Yes, everyone's videos were so good. Like, it really kept me. You didn't need a show. Like, all the tea was here. And it's just so crazy that all of this had came out still leading up to these days because, yeah, it just made sense as to why she was reaching out. I hope you have a great day too.
Okay, we're gonna check back on her in just a second before we close out. Let's look for this part 2 if I can find it, because she said she had posted some other stuff. So this was the part 1, so I was thinking it would come after. Maybe it got put on friends only. It does look like the part 2 is not here anymore because these are older videos, so it wouldn't have gone before. It should be. So we see part 1. None of these videos, maybe it's on friends only because of what had happened, because here's part 1. Well, this is the original part 1. I saw that. Maybe she was thinking that I meant because she had posted these. So this is part 2 and part 3, and this is part 1. So part 1, part 2, part 3. Maybe she was talking about these, but I was talking about this surviving Casze part 1. There was a part 2 that came out that got taken down, and that's what I was saying that I was sad I missed. And so, yeah, fucking, I was just about to close out. Let's see, did Diana post anything new? Nothing new from Diana. So this is the designer. I need to make sure, I know I linked the designer's page. Let me make sure, I link the video. The designer has a video here, and this is, okay. I'm adding this video in the description of the video. Make sure it's easily accessible. So this right here, please go watch this video if you haven't yet. This is all about the Raylee dress situation. I've covered it in my material before, but please go watch it. And yeah, check out what's happening on that situation because the employees are really getting screwed over in this situation. So let's check out. Sin has not posted anything new as of this time. Casze, did they post anything new again? Oops. They've not posted another new video about this yet. Let's look up Raylee real quick. She said she was going to post a part 3 today. This has not come out yet though. So we'll check one more time if a part 3 comes out before we finish. I did not see an update on here, but oh well, life is hard. I'm sure maybe she also meant that that could have gotten taken down by Casze trying to copyright strike her and report her, because it's really easy to get videos and people taken down when you mass report someone. So I wanted to check out, so the past 90 days, we can see our Google Trend report. You look where you can see Raylee Rukavina was surging after the initial theft allegations went viral. And then after Raylee's theft allegations went viral and her side of the story came out, then Casze was surging because people were going after Casze. And then since then, we've seen a little bit of surges. However, we've noticed for the past week where Case's surging again, that comes from Raylee Rukavina posting, not Casze. So you can see how where their posts align with how the interest over time for them generated by Google Trends. And this is from the past 90 days. Let's look at the past 30 days. The past month, you know, it's last surged at the beginning of that month where Raylee came out with her side here. And then, yeah, so in my opinion, then we look at the past week, and we've got where Case's coming out again, where Rayleigh's calling out again. In my opinion, when you look at the trend reports, you can kind of see how before this situation, neither of them have been trending recently, but they're both, in my opinion, leveraging this trend to capture the engagement on their views and grow their platforms while this surge in interest of them is available to them. And I want to look at Trend Pop has an article called The New TikTok Video Lifecycle, a closer look at a video's growth rate over time. And I think this article gives some better insight into some of the technicalities behind my thinking here. But basically, if we look at the fact that the typical TikTok video racks up 32% of its total views in the first 24 hours after posting, it's rare for a video to gain more than 1% additional views after 90 days of going live. I really think that they have about 3 months, and so until the end of this year, perhaps, to leverage the public interest of this drama. By the end of the year, no one is going to give a fuck. People are already giving less of a fuck, but the ones who do still care, they're gonna be over it. They're gonna get the fatigue of it by the end of the year, in my opinion. Um, until court case comes out, that or something new. And that's if and only if they keep rehashing what we already know. If they come out with something new, or if the court cases proceed and become public record, then this life cycle for those particular instances will restart. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, and so that's my prediction on what's going to happen with this content as it trends. Let's check out again before we go. What is the real Jensu saying? Oh, and also I realized after I totally forgot to unmute my microphone when I was originally first watching her, so I apologize for the echo. Let's keep watching her real quick before I have to go to see what else she's saying.
Like, for real. But, no, yeah. They want you to have a whole new account. And even that is, like, a little bit of a scam. But we're not going to get into that. But, yeah, they got me, girl. Because I really was going back and forth. I swore that I was going to get that shit. Like, for real. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm actually sorry I even sent it to you. Because that was, like... That, I know how annoying. That was really, like, spam. But I was caught in it, too, girl. You know what I hate? Oh, boo, you came back gifted. Hey. What's crazy is that I have my makeup back here and I can't find any of my concealers. And even right now, I feel like, I don't know, can't put my mind on, like, where this shit will be. Yes, you addicted to live streams? What you like? Like, what kind of live streams you be watching? What they be talking about? I won't say that I'm addicted to them, but I can see myself getting into them. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. And I've been getting into events sometimes, you know, and just talk. Sometimes I'm really talkative. Sometimes I'm real mellow. Okay, I gotta check you out. Actually. Yeah, I have to check you out. And I'm gonna follow you. Yeah, I like stuff like that. You know what? I actually lied. You know what type of streams I've been getting into? Like, you know, it's all about media right now. So I've been into them Diddy streams. Like, baby, I feel like I could tell you everything about Diddy right now. And I'm not one of those people that's just hearing something and running with it. Once I fall down a loophole, I fall down a loophole. like completely down the loophole. I fall down the loophole. And I have like, you could tell me something and I'll choose like if I want to believe it or not. But I feel like I could tell you everything about that Diddy case. I've been watching that a lot because I feel like that's been all over my feed. What else have I been watching? Well, I feel like just mostly that. And then like, I like a lot of like, there's this one creator that was singing a Diddy dun dun Diddy. The feather on his ass, yeah. Yeah, these Diddy themes, these Diddy memes, they starting out like, they been having me cracking up. It was a meme where they have Diddy daughters running in the hallway. They had these songs. Yeah, I figured it was to Biddy Biddy Bum Bum. They had his daughters running in the hallway, and they're gonna say that it was the baby oil that they was falling on because they was slipping. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. The internet is undefeated. I'm just trying to figure out where is my concealer. I feel like yeah, no. And you know what, too? I'll be lying if I say I'm not a mukbang girl. I'm a mukbang girl. Like, I'm a mukbang girl. But I'm only a mukbang girl if I could, like, maybe get up and make that while I'm watching you. Then it's like, yeah. And I'm trying to get back into, like, opening up my appetite with eating the things that, like, I'm really, like, craving in that moment. And, yeah. I've been trying to eat everything. Is my guilty? Yeah. It's like, it's honestly, it's kind of embarrassing sometimes to say. But I fall into a loophole with mukbangs too. I watch people eat anything. Since I feel full after they finish. You know what's funny? Brenda was telling me a story the other day. I gotta go for real. My damn stream now. I'm so live. Okay, later. Brenda was telling me the other day, Millie.
Yeah, go follow her. Go follow the real Jinsu. She used to be the Don. I think she changed to just the real Jinsu. It doesn't look like Raylee Ricavina posted part 3 on the wedding dress update yet, but I may not be able to go. I don't know what my, because shit has been happening. I might be able to go live when I see it. I might not. Who knows? I don't know. You might see me later tonight. You might see me in a week or two or a month. But you know what I mean? Fucking, but yeah, so Rayleigh has not posted part 3 yet, but I feel like she might or she could. The real Jinsu slash the Don being part of this, and I don't know her real name, so I'm referring to her creator name. That was awesome. Okay, I'm so glad she was cool with me going live with her being live. I just went because that's why I was typing in there because I wasn't about to be like live streaming somebody and not tell them that I'm live streaming the live stream. I know on a certain level, like with content production, like anything I put out, I expect anybody to potentially react to. But you know, um, yeah, that was cool. That was an unexpected twist. Now I need to change my description and the title of this video because I feel like that's a pretty big fucking deal. Um, to have been blessed with getting to see what she's doing, you know what I mean? Um, But yeah, fucking, I really appreciate you checking this all out with me. This live stream went a bit longer than I meant to because I got wrapped up watching that live stream. But you know what? A live stream in a live stream. I've always wanted to do this, and now I got to do it. I streamed it live while I was streaming. Yeah, fuck it. All right. Thank you for joining me today. What we've talked about today, real quick, just to recap, we went over my thoughts on some of the posts that Rayleigh's been publishing about the video, as well as what Case's been posting. And again, I don't really like either of them. Um, and we went over Alexandra Bueno's commentary on this. She's been covering all of it. Um, We checked updates for people who have been speaking up before, from the employees to the former clients that spoke out and went viral. And the Dawn is where I think public opinion swayed. If her story hadn't gone viral, I really think everybody would have still been shitting on. I said shitting with TTs. Um, had been shitting on Casze Raylee still, because Diana had been sharing her video, but that had happened years prior, and it didn't go get big until it came back out in the algorithm with all of that coming together, right? You know what I'm saying? And so then we recapped on Google Trend Report and with my predictions on where this is going to go with surges in public interest. And we also discussed a little bit of TikTok video life cycles at this time, what we can expect for the growth rate of their content related to this, in my opinion, right? And so we've kind of just been like looking at all of that and now reflecting at this point, are they just fishing for views now? And I believe there is possibility for that. Um, so yeah, and thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day. And yeah, I feel fucking weird. I don't even know what the hell. But yeah. Alright. Bye. Thanks for watching. Join the loyalty program at noladeafchild.com/loyalty and check in during live streams to get points for rewards.